Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I don't know where this video is going to go. Today I'm comparing tuna fish sandwich versus grilled cheese sandwich versus bologna sandwich. All three of these sandwiches come in a couple of variations with some optional upgrades depending on the sandwich. Let's start with tuna fish. In general, tuna is the more, I will say, flexible of the three sandwiches, but it's also the most cumbersome of the three sandwiches. You start with the bare minimum, a can of tuna fish, or a packet if you're lazy and just buy a packet. It is what it is. You open the tuna, you drain the water or oil or whatever liquid it comes packaged in, and you put it in a bowl. Usually just your standard little cereal bowl. You add some combination of the following ingredients. Usually, I would say mandatory, some type of mayonnaise concoction, salad dressing, Miracle Whip, etc. You could, if you're adventurous, substitute the mayonnaise with ranch dressing. I don't recommend it, but it'll work in a pinch. Usually, you add either pickle relish, usually sweet relish, but that's not mandatory, and or diced pickles, again, sweet pickles, but you could, if you're a monster, add dill pickles. I don't recommend it, but you could. And maybe some type of vegetable from the following list. Diced celery, or diced onions. They should be fresh onions, by the way. Or, I don't know if this counts as a vegetable, but you could conceivably put in either pimento olives, the green olives with the little eyeball in them, or black olives, conceivably, although I don't recommend doing so. There are people who do. And basically, once you get all the ingredients in the bowl, you just stir it up with a fork until everything is basically a soup. And then you scoop the soup onto two slices, of cold bread. And this is your standard tuna sandwich. You can add cheese to it if you want, a slice of American cheese. I don't recommend any other cheese for this purpose. You can add dill pickles if you'd like, or sandwich pickles, or hamburger pickles, your choice. But again, you got the pickle relish presumably already in the mixture, so, don't overdo it on the pickles because that's a lot of vinegar. Now, I said it's somewhat flexible. Yes, the heated variation of this sandwich is known as a tuna melt. It's basically all the same steps up till now, and then on top of that, you grill it on the stove. Which basically means you smash the sandwich together, and then you place it on the grill, or the skillet, or whatever you grill with. Cook it until it's brown. Flip it over, cook the other side, take it out, cut it into a triangle. Do not eat it raw, or whole. You'll choke to death. And eat. Enjoy. You can accompany this sandwich with plenty of various side dishes. Macaroni salad, potato salad, coleslaw, potato chips, pork and beans is a good one. Whatever you want, basically. Pretty good meal. Pretty good snack all on its own. If you can't or prefer not to eat bread, you can mix all the ingredients together in a bowl and just eat it fresh with a fork. That is an option. You can also put the entire contents in a tortilla, your choice, wrap it up, and have a tuna wrap. It's basically the same thing. Like I said, tuna is very flexible. Tuna can also be added to egg noodles or macaroni noodles and added seasoning and turned into a concoction we call tuna helper. I do not recommend this, but it is an option if you're on a tight budget and can't afford hamburger helper and all you got is a 50-cent can of tuna. You're good to go. It'll get the job done. Next, we have your standard grilled cheese sandwich. This one is so much easier. You butter one side of the bread and grill that side, 2 slices of bread. Once they're both grilled, you put a piece of American cheese or cheddar cheese. I would recommend medium cheddar, but, use other cheeses at your own risk. Put the cheese in the middle of the unbuttered part, and then slap it together, and then finish grilling. Turn it over, let the cheese melt. Again, cut it into triangles. Don't be a monster. And eat. Enjoy. There are not as many variations of this sandwich, unfortunately. You could, but I do not recommend adding pickles at all. Now, your standard sides can apply, but let's be real. If you're eating a grilled cheese sandwich, your side dish should be a bowl of tomato soup. Let's be real. If you're not going to have a bowl of tomato soup, why are you making a grilled cheese sandwich in the first place? But if you don't have access to the soup and you just want the grilled cheese, okay, I'll allow it, because yeah, it's a good tasty treat. And like I said, not as flexible as tuna, but it gets the job done. The standard variation is just to add a slab of ham that you grill separately and make a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. The grilled cheese does not work as a tuna wrap. You can't put the cheese in the tortilla, wrap it up, and call it a cheese melt. That's not what it is at that point. It's a quesadilla. It's a totally different thing, which you can do, but that's a totally separate thing. That's an entirely different food. Now, can you eat a cold cheese tuna or cheese and bread sandwich? Well, yeah, ham and cheese. But without the ham, just a slice of cheese and 2 pieces of bread? I guess if you put mayonnaise on it and or maybe pickles or tomato, I guess you could. Maybe an onion, I guess. I don't see how. And I myself don't recommend it, because I sure as hell wouldn't do it. At that point, I'm just going to throw it on a tortilla and make a quesadilla. You know what I mean? Might as well go all in. Next, we have bologna, also known as bologna. Bologna is a meat, air quotes, concoction, or meat byproduct, I should say, to be specific. That tastes like, I don't know, dog feet. But it's edible, ? Fairly affordable if you're on a tight budget. But how flexible is it? Well, your standard bologna comes in 2 options. You can buy it pre-sliced, pre-packaged, with the little red ring of whatever the fuck it is that you peel off, and then you prepare it as follows. Mayonnaise on the bread, slice of bologna. You can add cheese if you desire. You can add onions, sliced onions. You don't want to dice them. You can add pickles. I wouldn't recommend pickle relish. You could, if you want to, add mustard. I wouldn't recommend ketchup, but I guess you probably could. And then, prepare it, turn it into a sandwich, eat it. You're kind of good to go. If you have access to potato chips, I do not recommend putting them on the side. I recommend putting them inside the bread on the sandwich with the meat, just to give your tongue some break in the texture and flavor of the bologna, because it tastes like dog feet, like I said. Anything to cover up the taste. Now, the variant of this, a grilled bologna, or fried, I should say, bologna sandwich. Yes, this is also an option, and a step up above the standard bologna sandwich. You prepare it basically the same as you would a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. You fry the bologna first, grill the bread, put the fried bologna on the bread, add the necessary cheese and or toppings, put it together, finish grilling it, cut it, put it on the plate, cook it, serve it with your chosen sides. I would recommend, for a bologna sandwich, you want pork and beans. You don't want to waste potato chips or potato salad or something actually tasty with a bologna sandwich, probably because, again, you're already on a budget. And if you're not putting in the effort to make something edible and you're eating bologna anyways, why are you putting in the effort to make a proper side dish to go with it? That's all I'm asking. If you have a reason for that, other than just personal preference, sure, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm open to suggestions. I'll probably label you as a weirdo in the back of my mind, but you won't know this. I won't tell it to your face, but I won't be mean about it. I won't judge you, because I'm a weirdo, so there's nothing wrong with being a weirdo. Between the three, my actual favorite is the grilled ham and cheese sandwich. With pickles, without pickles, I'm good. Pickle on the side, either way. But I love a good grilled ham and cheese sandwich. I can have a tuna sandwich by itself, or a tuna melt, or a tuna wrap. I'm good. Bologna, if I have to eat bologna, I'm going for the fried bologna sandwich if I have to eat bologna. Otherwise, I avoid bologna at all costs. Sometimes you're on a budget, you're hungry, you don't have a lot of options, you do what you gotta do. Stay cool.